Ideathons, you might not have heard that much about them. They're not as famous as hackathons, but ideathons are competitions where you showcase your idea, and if you win they'll give you money to be able to accomplish or finish that idea. So in my college they kept an ideathon, and for that I'm just gonna be explaining my experience and also the things that I learned. So in an ideathon, the main thing you need is a presentation and your ability to present. So you should be prepared with a presentation that kind of includes few main things, because if it doesn't include that you would have to, it'll be a hard time winning. So the first thing is that you have to include your product's name, and if they do ask, just put your team members, the date you made it, and the institution you're from. Firstly, you have to talk about the problem statement, like what problem are you even trying to solve. Then you just give your goal, which is what you want to do with the problem, and then you have to basically propose your solution. Like you have this app that will fix people's issues. I kind of really lack ideas right now to give something. Then you have to talk about what is unique about it, and then how long does it take to implement it. This one would be a little bit harder because you have to talk about the research and planning, how you will design the product, the prototype. It's actually good if you have an idea beforehand and make the prototype, because and beforehand, even if it's not a hackathon, if you have a prototype in mind, they might be more likely to choose you as a winner. Because when I participated in this ideathon, on the last day for registration is when I got the idea for what I was going to do with my team. And when we did actually present it, they did say our idea was good, but we didn't win. One of the reasons probably was that we didn't have a prototype, or that we really lack experience in telling how we are going to implement this app. So do have a little bit more experience and foresight to plan ahead. You also need the development and testing phase, the launch, and the post launch, what you will do in those phases. And then you need the feasibility and impact, like how easy it is to make your product and how much impact it might have, who is the target audience. For everything, you do need a target audience. For example, this video, I don't exactly know the target audience. Maybe it's people who are participating in ideathons or want to participate, because when I went to search for videos for my contest to learn something, I only found this videos for Cisco Ideathon, nothing else. There's no okay, what do you need to do, how do you do you, what qualifications you need to put in your presentation, and how will it be. So yeah, I'm just here to give answers to things I didn't find on the internet easily enough. Then you have to give the budget. You can either give a very detailed one or just have a rough estimate. Then what all resources you might need, how you'll be able to scale your product, and then the conclusion of why they should choose your product to be the winner. And after that, you sort of have to just practice presenting. First one, you have to be confident and know your product. There were some, when I went for the ideathon itself, my team didn't do that badly, but there were other teams that stammered a lot and had to pause five for 1 minute or something in between while they were talking because they forgot their points. So do practice beforehand if you do have a hard time knowing what you're going to speak, or if you're like me who just speaks impulsively, and when you read a script, you just change the script on the spot because it's hard to follow the script. Just talk on the spot, it's okay. If you do have stage fright, it is best to, I think, just imagine that this is not going to be, it's not a, there's not a lot of people in the ideathon I participated in, so you can just try looking at the wall. That can help. And also faking eye contact would be good, because the presenters will see that okay, you're looking at them, and they might feel like, oh yeah, you're talking to them, and it might boost your points in confidence or something. Because some of the presenters didn't really talk while looking at the judges, and so I think that's why some of them did lose, even though all of them had good ideas. um, the thing key to winning the ideathon is that you need an idea that has like high demand. People will, or businesses specifically, will be willing to pay for it, because you can't exactly depend on people that much, because people and trends will change, and things that are daily necessity but are in high demand but have low supply. So the winner of the ideathon I was in, basically the first place was like something to solve airplane issues. I think the reason they won was, one, they had a very detailed solution. Two, they were also from that department, aerospace, so they would know more about it in detail and they'll be able to talk well about it, while others were like partially knowledgeable but not like fully knowledgeable enough to implement it. Then the second place winner, I kind of forgot, but most of the winners spoke very confidently. And sorry for the background noise, this isn't really a silent place where I live. And finally, I do remember one of the third place winners, because their idea I felt like was interesting but also kind of dangerous territory, which is like a technology that has like memory capsules of like AR VR versions of your dead loved ones. So basically, they'll be like, you'll be able to watch the memories with them of people who are dead. Like you can just program their memories and they'll be like, oh yeah, hi, even though I'm dead, I'm right here. It's like, yeah, you know that other technology, I don't remember the name, but it was similar to this. And like it has a lot of like privacy issues. But the other thing is also that, they can use this for disadvantage. Like if the data does get breached, they could use this for deep fakes, they could use this for a lot of other things that are not ethical. And also people would never move on from their loved ones dying. They'd have like a really really great attachment to this, so we don't really know what's gonna happen if like an app actually comes out that is like this. So I wouldn't really go with that idea, but it would be a popular idea because a lot of people do miss their loved ones. It's kind of obvious. It's a good it's a good app, but I just feel like it might not be morally the best thing to do. But other than that, yeah, just have a good idea that's high in demand, and be like, have like more knowledge about the topic, have a small prototype, and also follow the PPT or like the presentation like criteria which I mentioned before, and be like concise but detailed. Your presentation should not be overloaded with a lot of information. It should just be simple, clean, and you should be able to explain it well. And you should be confident while presenting there, because if you're not, they'll know that like, yeah, you aren't really like, I don't know, the idea does not feel as great as it is. So yeah, present it like you know that the idea will succeed. That's all I have to say. Have a nice day. Bye.